How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to talk about my 1-year experience or over 1-year experience with the Huawei P30. So the biggest difference from my last video was the EMUI 9 to 10, and I really like how they made it like a modern look. It really caught up with times. My favorite thing was the notification center, which made it look like I'm using a Mac OS. So it got that rounded edges, the nice blurry background, but when I'm out of it, it seems like I'm using like a totally different phone. So when I'm in my settings or even my apps tray, it doesn't fit that vibe. For hardware wise, I think the Face ID and fingerprint scanner works well. It doesn't feel like it's a big gap between the newer phones coming out. The only struggle I had is with the Face ID during nighttime. So other than that, it works really fast, especially daylight like this. I can get in my phone in no time. It just doesn't match up with the iPhones and the Pixel 4. In terms of the size, I really like it. It's in the same area as the S20, the iPhone SE, or the smaller iPhones, and even the Pixel 4, so easy to use with one hand. For the actual looks of it, I think it looks one of the best ones, even better than the recent S20. That kind of looked bland to me. I still like the gradient look from the white to the purple, so even till this day, it's still eye-catching than a lot of other phones. For battery life, the phone still lasts for a very long time. The battery management is on point with that phone, so I never had an issue with it. Now for performance, I would say it's still pretty smooth for me. Just keep in mind that I'm a casual user, so I don't really play a lot of games or heavy games, and I think that it can still last me for a very long time because I basically go on Instagram, watch videos, and Google something here and there, so nothing too heavy. The only time where I can think about getting upgraded is when the battery can go bad, meaning the charge is not holding up, so it kind of just shuts down every so often. That's the only time where I think I should upgrade the phone. For my overall camera experience, it's been really good. There are only two issues I have with it. One is the greenish tones on the pictures. It comes out every so often. I would say during nighttime it comes out even more, so that bothers me a lot. When I'm taking pictures, people will say that it looks too cartoony or too processed. Sometimes it can be, but it just doesn't bother me as much as the green tones. The second issue is the video camera. During daytime, it's completely fine. It's super smooth. It looks decent, but during nighttime, that's when it struggles a lot. There's a lot of micro jitters. It stutters. So yeah, for video camera during nighttime, I would totally avoid it. All right, look, I had this phone since day one, right after the keynote in Paris, so basically before the whole public. Until this day, I still recommend it. I like the looks. It still performs really great. So like I said, I can still see myself using this phone for another year. And now that this phone is pretty old, you can find this for fairly cheap, especially if you are a casual user. I think that this phone can still do more than what you really need. For me personally, I think the only thing that's really missing is wireless charging, since I do that more often than wire charging. But at the end of the day, if you can find this for fairly cheap, I would say go for it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I know it's a little bit different than the usual, but you can find me on Instagram, give a subscribe, hit the bell, and thanks for watching.